Looks like we're going. Okay. Hey there. My name is Dylan. This is the Tarot Read Show. And I just do tarot readings. It's technically the second episode, but by the time you watch this, it might be the first, because I had another one, but it didn't go exactly how I wanted. It was a bit bloated, and I didn't focus on the readings as much as I should have. So that's going to be the difference with this one. Is going to try and keep it to a lean 1 hour. You might be about to see my cat there. That'd be producer Leela getting in there. She will certainly interrupt sometimes, but also helpful to have the animal energy around. Yes, this is Leela. As you can see, I'm a cat guy. Anyway, this is a tarot reading podcast, and the only thing that might make it different than other tarot reading podcasts is that I'm pretty lighthearted. I want it to be fun, and eventually I want to start kind of dabbling in the more precognition, the divination side of tarot. I ask more questions where people kind of want to ask questions about the future, just as I've always been into the paranormal, and I think it's fun to kind of test that kind of stuff. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I do, and I'm not going to take it hard if you guys, if I call something out in the future and you guys are like, no, this was way off. I'm the kind of person who can take that. But more importantly, I've just always been a guy who's been interested in this kind of thing, and I am somebody who genuinely believes in the tarot stuff. And I believe there's something to it. I don't know if I believe in the divination side of it, which is why I'd like to test it and experiment with that kind of thing. But I definitely believe that I have some connection to the cards and that they've helped me with stuff. And, just so you can have a bit of history of me, I do have a bit of history with this. And I feel a connection with the cards that my first tarot deck I got when I was a teenager, probably even before I was a teenager, maybe before 13. But I got it at Barnes & Noble. I always went right to the spiritual section, grabbed a tarot deck. I didn't really pick it up again until I was an adult during COVID. And, I did probably 100 plus readings during that time and was told I was pretty good at it. So now here I am again. I've done it off and on again over the years. But now I'm trying to get back into it in earnest. And that's about all the history lesson that I'll give. I don't need to go into it too much. I'm going to be doing some I'm going to say beginner readings. Mostly 3-card, a lot of 1-card readings probably, because a lot of the questions that I got were pretty basic and probably don't need more than a 1-card reading. And as you can see, I got 2 decks I'm going to go between. One more serious deck over here, and one more, would say, maybe lighthearted deck over there. That was a card that I drew last week. I didn't actually shuffle this deck from last time, so I'm not going to put much stock into that card because I was going to say I drew that deck on my first episode, but I didn't shuffle it. Anyway, I'm just going to do some pretty basic readings, and just so you know how I do readings, I am a very visual reader, especially at the moment. Back when I was doing it rather successfully on sites like Omegle and Chat Roulette. Those were websites where they connect you with people over a webcam, just random people. And I got a lot of positive reviews. I ran into maybe 3 or 4 people who really didn't seem to like me. And most of them, 3 or 4, they were skeptics for the most part. But I did mostly get positive reception, hence why I'm here. And I'm mostly visual about it, but I would like to learn the actual traditional meanings of the cards. I made sure that I knew the major arcana cards, which are 22 of the most important cards in the deck for sure. All the other cards are kind of different offshoots of the things that you can get from those major cards. And I definitely knew all those ones, the meanings, and the rest of the cards were very much ones that I made sure to get decks where the pictures spoke to me, so that I could just go with what I was getting from the pictures. And that is still mostly how I do my readings now, but I'm trying to incorporate the traditional readings. And I got like a pretty, it seems like a good book, but a pretty basic book you might look into, the Tarot Companion, if you're interested. It's cheap. It's probably have it at every Amazon warehouse. This one came the same day I ordered it after like 10 in the morning. I usually have to order stuff at like 5 in the morning to get it the same day. But so you might see me peeking into that. But for the most part, just because I want to incorporate those real meanings into my tarot. How about we just get into the readings? That was about as much of an intro as I feel is warranted for someone like me, who is, again, a beginner, and who, if I'm going to show any mettle as a tarot reader, might as well just shut up and drive. Get to it, right? All right. So what I did was there's a traditional, just say a tarot subreddit that I was kind of going off of to try and find people to ask questions. Then I found a tarot practice subreddit. I asked the question there, and it seems like there's plenty of people there who do want, even a beginner like me, to answer questions for them. So what I tried to do was pick ones that didn't seem like AI. I blocked out their names on here, and I will be sending them a link to this video just so they can watch an actual video. Tarot review, you usually have to pay for tarot reading. You usually have to pay for something like that. So even from a beginner, I think it might be kind of cool. But yeah, I will, like I said, a lot of 1-card readings, maybe some 3-card readings. I'm going into this as blind as was possible. I mostly looked at usernames, how old the account was, and I did read through the questions just to make sure that they were something I felt like I could answer even. But otherwise, I did try to get them out of my memory. I asked for them this morning. Since then, it's been almost 12 hours since I posted that. It's 5 in the afternoon now. It was 5 in the morning then. And I've gone to the store since then, done plenty of stuff since then. I really don't remember what was on there. I know the first question I got is going to be a 1-card reading because I was 1 sentence, and I think I remember kind of what it was about. So might as well start with that one, get it out of the way. Anyway, it doesn't matter that even if I do know what they are. I don't know why I'm giving myself these rules. Just for fun, I guess. Let's go ahead and jump right in. You'll see the mini screen. Oh, there's Leela again. Not on camera. And then I will go into this screen when it's time for the readings, and you see 1, 2, 3. A lot of 3-card readings are past, present, future. A lot of 1-card readings are just, how does this person feel about me? What's this event gonna go like in my life? That kind of thing. And yeah, even though I got, I think, 9 questions, I may be able to keep this to under an hour. Might not get to all 9 questions in an hour. If I feel like it's going all right, I might even go past an hour. Let's play it by ear. All right. Let us begin. And for this question, I do believe it was a love question. So I think I will try to stick with my more serious deck, the one that I've been using longer. It's an animal deck. I used to actually do a podcast where I reviewed animals. Fun idea that I might go back to someday. But I've always said that I like animals more than people. I am starting to become more of a people person. I'm coming around, hence even why I'm doing this. So, heck, I might someday like people as much as animals, but I got an animal deck, and it resonated with me. I originally got a cat deck that I really liked. That was my deck I used all through quarantine, and I think it's in a hope chest that I've got in a porch closet outside that's buried under a bunch of boxes. But I'd love to find that one. A lot of good energy in that deck. Those good times with that deck. But now I am onto this deck, and let's just go ahead and get right to it. This is the first question I've got. Hey man, I'm Matt. I blocked that username. I figure first names are probably all right. Hard to track a guy down from just that. Oh, I'm getting an error, so I may not be streaming anymore. Might as well just check. Yeah. If I am streaming, then that's great. But if not, I guess I can just pull it up on my phone. This is a good thing to get out of the way on this episode too. I can always just cut this for the future, and it's nice that I am getting it out of the way. If I am streaming, then that's great. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Looks like it's going just fine. So okay. Anywho, yeah. So hey, I'm Matt. What does Lola desire from me? Yeah. This felt like a one-card reading to me. What's she desire? It could be a love sort of thing. It could be friendship. I'm assuming that that's kind of what this person wants to know. Is this person serious? Or maybe it could be maybe they are in a relationship of some kind, and it's like this person just literally doesn't know what Lola wants from them. Maybe I'll get a follow-up when I reply to their chat, but person, if you do see this, I'll give you a rundown. For all these people, I'm going to send them a quick chat update of what the card basically said. But yeah, if you decide to watch this, you have follow-up questions about what you see. Yeah, I'm drawing this card for you. You might see this card, and maybe the animal might resonate with you in some way. But yeah, that's kind of why I like having a dialogue on a tarot reading, is so that you can hear back on, oh yeah, no, this particular animal is important to us, or or something in the card resonates event-wise with something that happened with us. But yeah, let's just see, because I also like to think that even though I'm drawing for them, the cards are going to try to speak specifically to me in a way that I can interpret. That's how I always like to think of doing a tarot reading. That's also why, while I think it's good to know the traditional meanings of the cards, it's also why I go mostly off of the image. But again, that's kind of changing. But anyway, all right, guy, I'm going to do the reading now. All right, so, gosh, I've got a terrible memory. What was the name? What does Lola desire from me? Okay. So we've got a major arcana, the Empress. I mean, you asked for a card about a woman, Lola, and this is definitely about as strong a feminine energy as you can get. I want to take a closer look at this card just for my own perspective. Foxes, you even have a fox in hibernation down there. The cherry tree, the butterfly. I mean, don't remember what the tarot traditional read of this card is. I'm going to look it up in a moment. But obviously, I think that this is somebody who just wants to be treated with respect by you. Somebody who I don't see it as, some people might see it as, oh, treat me as a queen. They kind of just want you to, I think, maybe relax and, kind of be someone who is there when the time is right. Man, maybe now isn't the right time if you're wanting to move something forward, but it's not about giving up completely. It's more about respecting what they want, and maybe even soon things might change. Let's see what the Empress's orders, power, boundaries are the three major callings of that card. And again, a very feminine energy card. Yeah, just maybe don't push, and maybe she doesn't even know what she wants with you guys, but you can't be the person who's going to make something happen. You gotta let her be the one making these decisions. And if you want to follow up on this reading, I'd be happy to do that. Maybe we can continue this next week. But that's all I'm going to say on that matter. Ball kind of in her court. I'm not saying don't let her know what you want, but you're going to just have to be patient and let her be the one who makes the decision here. All right. Without more information, that's about as much as I can say. All right. Yeah. Cool. Next question. Okay. Does AR, my boyfriend, want me to text him myself? She's AV. Basically, I had an argument with him, and it's been over 3 days. Mostly his fault, to be honest, but I guess I could have explained myself. Will later, but I just felt hurt in the moment, and I haven't been texting myself because I just had ego clashes. All right, but I'm really missing him, and I don't know, maybe I should do it myself. I guess the answer might be obvious, but it's just awkward for me. Okay. Okay, yeah, this seems like an easy one-card reading. Sometimes you already know what answer you want, and this might be a kind of business where when you see the card, you're gonna pretty much immediately know, and I feel like I might too. Basically, it's as easy as should you text him yourself or should you wait because you guys did have an argument. Maybe I might even try and call a shot here and draw one card for the nature of the argument and one card for, I guess, the approach you should take now. So one card for the nature of the argument, one card for the approach you should take now. And this is where I should have a pen handy because my memory is very bad, and I might forget what each card means, even though I just said it out loud. So actually, I could just type it out. Nature of the argument and what to do now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, just because I have a terrible memory and I could easily forget what I'm even drawing the cards for just a minute from now. So, all right. Okay. Yeah, so let's do this. Gosh. Gonna have a little bit to cut from this show. I was trying to keep these real lean, but all right. Pentacles. Typically that would point towards money, the pentacle cards. Typically, or some sort of physical manifestation of wealth. Is this or maybe an argument where you guys wanted something? Or maybe an argument about savings. Or just about wanting things in general, maybe even kind of what you want out of life in general. But that honestly, no real reason for me to try and call my shot here. I was just curious if maybe something might jump out at me here, but that is sort of what I'm jumping out at. But also, we're seeing bees. Maybe it's a question of cooperation between you two, and you guys just maybe the cooperation isn't happening like you guys feel it should. For Ten of Pentacles, if we're going off of the direct card, you respond to me when you get this, but for traditional meanings, inheritance, good business, and marriage, any of those three things very specifically, marriage is I'm taking a lot of shots now, so this is a bit of a scattershot approach to reading. But if it is just specifically about your marriage and the nature of it, what is the way to approach this from here on out? Three of Pentacles. So deer with you can see the wolves around. The wolves are for sure stalking the deer. And deer seems to be protecting its pentacles up there between its horns. If we think of you, the person doing the reading for, as the deer, then maybe now is a time to kind of watch out for yourself. I'm not saying consider your boyfriend the wolf per se, but if you want to succeed in this particular debate, whatever it is, yeah, he might be, maybe he's looking for a reason to pounce, and maybe now is a time to hold your cards closer to your chest. Let's see what the traditional meaning for this card is. Showing your talent. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know if that could be pointing towards you having any sort of particular conversational skills or anything that you use to typically win arguments. Maybe show your talent that way. If I'm going with what I feel like feeling from this card personally, yeah, maybe be cautious. Don't necessarily reach out. I'm not saying he's gonna pounce in a bad way or anything. It just maybe bucks are skittish sometimes out in the woods. You could almost say they have to make the first move sometimes. It's just that, this one's surrounded by wolves and being stalked by wolves. There are more optimistic deer cards in this deck, if I'm going off of the nature of the animals from the cards. So yeah, I would say just maybe be cautious on this one, and I'll leave it at that because I feel like I'm just babbling at this point. All right, yeah, maybe I'll hear from you on that, and maybe you'll be like, no, that was completely wrong about what the argument was about. Not about money or our marriage. It was about not wanting to go to Arizona. If it was about not wanting to go to Arizona, really message me for sure now. But yeah. All right. And that was that. All right. 2 down. Okay, yeah, this is going at a nice clip. We had a little technical difficulties, but we're making up for it. We'll do a 3-card reading for this one. My name is Misbah. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that at least close to right. And what's coming my way for the month of June. And yeah, let's just split it into 3 sections. 3 quarters. First 10 days, second 10 days, third 10 days. All right. Yeah. It's kind of fun. So I like an easy one, and yeah, let's go for it. The next 30 days for Mizpah. And obviously we're dipping in a bit to some of what's already happening, so maybe this first card will really resonate with you. And hopefully it'll tell some kind of a story, a progression of the month for you, maybe a major events or growth of the month is what we'll shoot for. All right. Two major arcana. Yeah, that's 2 big boys in there. 2 cards that we would say would pretty much override the rest. And it's funny that they are the cards that are coming up. The card that is for your present and that you're kind of going through right now is the 2 of Pentacles. I will be honest, the next 2 after this, interesting, but actually all 3 of these cards, interestingly, have a very circular energy to them. The first card and the second card clearly have circles, but the death card is also very circular of new beginnings, renewal. It seems bad to people who have only watched television shows and seen them draw the death card and be like, ooh, you're gonna die. Not really what it's supposed to be, unless maybe you're trying to get a literal interpretation from the cards. But that's more. The devil isn't really that kind of card. Maybe Three of Swords is closer to one like that. Devil is a bad card to get, though. They don't necessarily get that exactly right in television shows. But anyway, sorry, I'm doing reading for you guys. The Two of Pentacles. Now, this is one where I don't know the traditional reading, really. Let me get a slightly closer look at this card. I wasn't sure if this was an orca or it looks like a dolphin. It actually kind of looks like the clouds form an eye around this. And Pentacles are typically like a physical wealth card. I don't know if I should take this as a symbol. I did want a story going for these three cards of what they may mean altogether. Dolphin going out of the water, but also going back in. And all right, yeah. For this first part of your week, I'm going to take a look at what my little notebook here of the traditional meanings. I'm going to take a look at what that says too. But I'm getting a sense that maybe you feel like you're spinning your wheels. Maybe the reason why you're asking me this question is because you want something new to happen. Maybe you're feeling stuck or in the same old position. Or maybe you just are curious about what the future brings. I'm not quite sure. Let me take a look at what the traditional meaning for this card is. Decisions, right? Two of Pentacles, decisions. Okay. Heck, yeah, maybe you have some decisions coming up, something big coming up that on the horizon that you're going to try and figure out, or that needs to be figured out. Coupled with these next two cards, they could be kind of interesting. Wheel of Fortune. I like the owls. We got an owl motif going. We got water and air in there. This card also got a snake in the middle. I hadn't noticed that from afar. I haven't drawn this card very often since I've been doing this again. And spiders in there too, around the edge, or perhaps ants. It's hard to see how many legs they have. A lot of owls for wisdom. The spiders have their webs that they weave, and the snake is kind of I feel conniving when I think of that. I think for this card for the next couple weeks or next 10 days, it's usually a good sign. Typically, I believe it's the traditional meaning is that it's a sign of the wheels of fortune kind of turning in your favor for the most part, and having that lead into death in the weeks after. I always like to think of death and like if I'm wanting a negative card to come my way, there's better cards for negative things than death. I like to think of the death card as really about renewal as its major aspect to me. I think it's a good sign when you get this card, at the end of the month, especially if you're maybe working towards a change. I think this card could symbolize maybe the change that you want at the end of the month. If you are looking for a change, who can say? I did not notice the little eyes in the grass down there, but it is kind of a dark card, just from its from the outside. But I think that this is a good reading for somebody who maybe is hoping for some change in their life. I will say, a lot of the time you do need to put in the effort. Now that you know this change is possible and coming, maybe try to make it happen. Maybe you don't even know what the hell change I'm talking about, but maybe you're going to see it here soon because maybe you're stuck in a decision or indecisions, or maybe something is about a decision outside of your control is about to resolve and push things into motion. I wanted to give you in case you don't know, the traditional meanings of the Wheel of Fortune, luck and fate for that, and the traditional meanings for death are transformation, change, new beginnings. So even the traditional meaning is very positive. I thought it was mostly positive. Yeah, I think this is a good reading for your next month. Yeah, be maybe ready for some changes on the horizon. All right. The way that I return cards to the deck, because I kind of do a shuffling shuffle. It's not a super in-depth shuffle, but I like to think that the universe is always going to put the cards in the order I need. If we think of tarot as being tied to fate, then it's always fate that the cards we're always going to wind up in the positions I needed them to be. If we consider it a thing of energy, of I don't know, it doesn't have to be fate. Maybe of the cards sorting themselves based on my feelings and what I want and what I'm searching for, then I just have to trust that the universe is going to make that happen in a way that's understandable to me and the person I'm reading for. So I put those cards back just in random spots. Shouldn't draw them again unless they are the right cards. Okay. Next question. 3 down, 6 to go at 30 minutes. All right, yeah, we're going out right clip. Like drink of water. Hang in there, baby. All right. May I avail you of your free reading? Struggling to have a reading for other. Yep, I can get that. It's hard to get your question read. All right, AS. I just want to know what this friend currently feels for me right now. His initials are JLR, both Virgos. Okay. Friend currently feels for me right now. All right. You know what? I'm going to use what is the Pulp Tarot deck, which is kind of a more fun deck. But I feel like this deck maybe, the image that it gives us won't really be related to love or friendship or relationships. I hope it is. But this could be a very visceral card of what this person feels for you right now, is why I'm going to go with this one. And I always strive to be honest. I hope it's good news, but let's see what the card says this person feels for you right now. And I always urge you guys, again, I'm an amateur. I think there is something to tarot, and I've had a lot of good, solid readings. Don't let this dictate your life in any way where you might regret it. If you want to go after this guy, go after him regardless of what this says. Truth be told, though, I tend to do pretty positive readings, which if I get into the more psychic or woo aspects of tarot, I wonder if maybe I just hope for the best for people and I get the cards that most align with what you guys want, and more what is hopeful, the desires from your guys' hearts, maybe is what I'm drawing. That being said, this could be negative. Let us just see. And this friend, JLR, let's see how they feel about AS. Well, the Six of Wands is not a card that I know off the top of my head exactly what it means, but this is a very positive card, I've got to say. Throwing a Parade literally has a man and a woman on it. I would say he's feeling pretty good about you. I'm always happy to get a card like that. I think this means whatever you're hoping is going on with you guys is what's going on. I hope you're hoping that he's throwing a parade. I hope that's what you want to see. A little smiley face in your question makes me hopeful that you're hopeful. But here, let's see what the traditional meaning for the Three of Wands is. Travel. hey, if they happen to be wondering about going somewhere with them or going to visit them or them visiting you, maybe that's what this is about more, if that resonates. But I just think because how I drew it was to see how it would resonate for you, and it seems to be saying to me that yeah, you guys are in a good place. And it said a lot of gobbledygook, but I think that was a happy reading, so that makes me happy, and a quick one. I think that makes everyone happy. All right. Next question. Can you give me insight into my immediate future love? Thanks, Jay. I'm going to assume that this isn't like a British guy. Hey, can you give me insight into my immediate future love? I assuming that they want to know about their immediate future love. And this is kind of open-ended. I could have messaged them and asked, are you talking about somebody who you're currently with? The future of that love life? Are you talking about a future love? That's what I assume, a love that is on the horizon. The real question is this a love who they are currently pining for? Do they know about them? Is this somebody who, do they even know about you? I'm assuming we have somebody in mind when we're asking questions like these. So I'm going to make the assumption that that's probably the case, that you have somebody in mind, and you're, even if it's just somebody, it may even be as vague as just, oh, I'm swiping on Tinder and I'm hoping to meet someone soon. But yeah, let's see what the cards seem to say. And I think I'll keep this to a simple one card drawing for, man, let's just get a vibe going. Is it going to be a good vibe for the future of your love life? Are we in a bad spot for it? And it will do very near future. Let's do near future and a year out, because if maybe the first card will be unkind, but that's because around the corner is something good. So let's do a 2-card draw. All right. Yeah. Near future and 1 year out. I do like to keep those dates kind of specific, because then we can maybe even check in. You can be a year from now, you can be like, yeah, hey man, yeah, you were right. Or, hey, yeah, that was, you clearly didn't know what you were talking about. And then you message me a day later and you're like, dude, I messaged you too soon. It's like you waited a year. It's fine. But anyway, yeah, all right. Near future and far future. All right. And I'm going to use the my Pulp Tarot deck again, because I feel like it can have pretty vivid pictures for stuff like this, for human relationships. Near future love life, far future. Gotta make sure I'm pulling the cards at the right spot. You know how it go. Nuh-uh. I swear I shuffled this very well. Very well. I mean, at the very least, I was cutting it, shuffling it. I just drew this card. If you might be the guy who I'm doing this reading for, and I just sent you to this, the link to the timestamp for this. I just drew this card in the last drawing. But I will find that cards will come out over and over again, especially if you're vibing with them. And this is a good sign that this card showed up. Just kind of nuts that literally it was the very last drawing after I took that card, put it back into the middle of the deck, and was just shuffling it. Anyway, and the next card. Oh, this is the very first card number 0. And not a bad one, a year out from now. So yeah, just still kind of interesting that I drew that 3 of Wands again. And it does mean travel, pretty specific, the traditional meaning. But yeah, for very in the near future for love, and Now that I know it means travel, maybe it's speaking to me that way. I just had to look up the meaning of this card. If you didn't watch the beginning of this show, I'm more of a visual guy. I go more off of what the pictures do for me, except for the major arcana cards. Anyway, this card does mean travel traditionally, but it has a man and woman on it. That's what spoke to me visually, and they're celebrating. It's a celebration. In fact, the world is celebrating. I think it's a good sign for near future love life, and I was thinking the next month or couple of months. So I do think a parade is work to put together. You've got to be making it happen, but I think this is a good sign. The Fool. The Fool is the start of a journey, and if this is, the start of a journey by a, the Fool is carefree. It's not saying that it's going to be a successful journey, but it is one of joy and discovery, and it's one that one must go on to really learn themselves and find themselves. And you could be going on that journey with someone else. Very much in the card, we're looking at very much in the card. In the card, we're looking at a woman. I don't know if you're a man or a woman, but if you're a dude looking for a woman, if you're a woman looking for a woman, this could be a good sign in that regards. But you got the companion of the dog right next to it. The dog's about to go off the cliff too. The companion is joining the Fool. I think it might be a sign that this person who could be in, maybe they are in your life still. Like I said, I'm assuming that you're on the search for someone. If this is a person in your life, then you guys might be going on a fool's journey in the future, and it might just be that your love life is currently going well. This is also where I like to have a dialogue with people, because I kind of have to go off of just pull things out of the air. But this is a great reading for your love life, and I think you can be optimistic. You might not know what the future brings or is bringing you a year from now, but I'd be interested to hear where you're at, and I might get some follow-up questions and follow up on this next week. But I don't know that I'm going to try to have regular readings with people regularly, just because then I don't want people to try and become reliant on me or anything. But it'd be great too to check in with people for sure. So okay, I think we're that's about halfway done. Let's bring up this guy. Okay. I told them to maybe ask me some non-serious questions they wouldn't ask a traditional reader. That's always going to be the case. Anybody out there watching this right now, if you have a non-traditional question that you don't want to ask another reader, I was going to say that you don't feel comfortable asking another reader, please don't ask me questions that'll make me uncomfortable. If you have just fun questions though, or questions about a specific date in the future, even just to test my skills or something for fun, I'd have fun with that. And you could tell me I'm wrong in the future. Even more fun if you told me I'm right. Silly questions, welcome. I am still going to vet them, and I won't take every silly question, but email me at tarotreadpod@gmail.com. That was back when I was thinking this was going to be more of a podcast, but feel free to reach out or message me here on YouTube. I'm assuming you can do that. Like and subscribe and all that too. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, bring up that question again. I would like to know now what will happen with N. We have open and close I was trying to parse this one earlier. I believe this is a person who is in a group of friends, and they are about to disclose a relationship that they are starting now, or maybe they've been in for a little bit, but they're about to make it public to their group of friends, and you just want to know how that'll impact them, and how the friends will feel, and what kind of relationship they'll have. So again, I'll use my Pulp Tarot deck. It's got kind of a bit more fun deck. It's got a bit more human, I feel. It's just because it's mostly got humans. Let's use this deck. And I'm thinking maybe a 3 card draw. How the friends will feel, how it will impact you guys. Let's just see how the friends will feel about it and how your relationship will go. I'm just gonna do 2 card reading. It keeps things easier for me for now. So how your friends are going to feel and just how the relationship is going to go in general. And all right, shuffling the cards. Okay. How your friends are going to feel and how the relationship is going to go for you guys. How the friends will feel. Ooh, ominous. And how the relationship will go for you guys. Sword. 2 swords. And swords are kind of a mental card. Here, let me... the exact intellect and decisions is what the suit typically means. In case you didn't watch the beginning of the show, I am still kind of learning the traditional meanings of the cards. I am more of a visual, going off of what the pictures in the cards tell me. I just think it is interesting to note that there is 2 swords cards. So, for this first card, I'm going to just bring closer to me for... this is not a card I've drawn often. I believe I've drawn this card once before, and it's certainly ominous. As you can see, we've got a guy, kind of like River Styx almost, is what it seems like. And the death card would almost be more welcome, I feel, because that's kind of new beginnings and stuff. But this is, let's not say it's a negative card, because it could also mean that you two are maybe going to be making a bit of a lonely journey together amongst judgment, maybe far off judgment, the swords off in the distance. But yeah, this may be I don't want to say it's going to divide the group, but you guys may feel like you're kind of going it alone, as far as the friend group goes. Maybe a little ostracized. This feels negative. I hate giving negative readings, and I want to reiterate too, please don't make any life decisions based on what I'm saying here. I am very much a beginner. I have had some good success in the past, but especially on not super positive looking readings, I just like to say, don't make any decisions about like not disclosing it to your friends because of this. I think it's a good idea to disclose, just you guys want people to know that you're together. That's cool. You should be happy about it. Let me see what this card's traditional meaning is, because I'm trying to take that more into account too. And okay, this is actually good. Leaving conflict behind is what this card typically, distilled down to its basis, would mean. And maybe by disclosing your relationship, you are leaving some conflict behind. Maybe even conflict that you don't know is happening behind the scenes with friends and stuff. I don't go off of traditional readings more. I am more, like I said, a person who visually takes in the cards, but that is worthy of noting too. And the card 2, as far as how your relationship will go, I see this as a confident woman, and there's not 2 people in the card, unfortunately, but this card leading into this card, I think. I almost think of this as a gymnast, which almost makes me wonder if mentally you guys might have, some hurdles, gymnastics to get through. But I see it as success, and maybe taking a knee, maybe just, take things easy from the get-go. As far as the traditional meaning of this one, gossip and contracts. That's an interesting distillation of a card. Well, maybe watch out for gossip among the friend group then. But yeah, I'm just gonna say, enter into this going off the cards, enter into this relationship. I say confidently, and you might have some strife that you might not see coming but I just try and push through. Because I don't want to tell you that these are bad cards. They are just cards that maybe represent having to go through some stuff. And if you want, just because that does feel a bit vague, I'll send you a message, and if you want some clarification, definitely, you can feel free to get that, and I would do that one on the next episode for sure, just to kind of get a follow up on what that reading even means to me. So, yeah, all right. Next question. All right. Yeah, this was a person. There were a lot of people looking for tarot readings on this subreddit, and it seems like spaces fill up fast for a lot of them. So, yeah, I figured I would grab this one where they acknowledge that they seem to be having trouble finding someone, and even maybe getting a beginner reading would mean something to this person, who we'll just call Angel, apparently. Yeah. Can the cards help me to confirm what are this friend's honest feelings for me? But he hasn't said right now. His name is Javier. All right. And I think that's pretty simple one card reading territory. This person's honest feelings for you. Yeah, I'm having luck with my Pulp Tarot deck. Let's see how this goes. It was Javier, right? Javier's honest feelings. This wasn't. Just a moment. I just wanted to make sure. I thought maybe this person had messaged me at a different time. Yeah, elsewhere. Anyway. Yeah. Okay. Their honest feelings. Okay. Should be a pretty easy read. I'm always hopeful it'll be optimistic. Let's see. Javier's honest feelings. All right. Yeah. So Pentacles usually represents wealth, or maybe more physical stuff, physical aspects of life. If this is how Javier feels about you, if we believe that you are the person in this picture, then I think it seems like Javier knows what you want. Whatever it is you're looking for. Let me see if your question had any more clarification there. But he hasn't said right now. Ooh. I think this might be a sign that he is maybe being honest, and just that, gosh, I would say if he was the person in this picture, then maybe he feels like he is being blaringly honest to you. Like the pentacles typically kind of represent wealth, like I said, physical stuff. But in this case, they do just kind of look like headlights, and it makes me think in a case like this of like obvious, like, oh, it's right in your face, it's coming right at you. And I mean, but maybe I go with my first instinct of he can see what you're doing, and if you feel like he's not being honest, just know he sees what you're doing, and maybe it's making him uncomfortable. Like, this is a scantily clad woman. Maybe he feels like somebody's kind of coming at him, kind of, right at him, and it's like, whoa. I'm great with words, like Shakespeare. Yeah, just that is very the vibe that I'm getting, and I'm gonna go with for this reading. I think that he does see the signals you're putting out, and maybe you just need to calm down a little. maybe we can do follow up on this reading, but as far as whether that means he'll come to you if you do calm down, I don't know, but I just think he knows what you're looking for. And if he's not being honest to you, or you feel he's not being honest, it might just be that he's not giving you an answer that you're looking for right now. But I think he sees you. I think he does know what's going on. I'll leave it at that. I hope that resonates in some way. Alrighty. What is that, like 3 questions left? Alright. Oh, alright. This is a saucy question. I want to know if my person SS, hate those initials, ever fantasized about me. No offense to you, person who submitted this. Just, especially in this day and age, I hate seeing 2 S's together. If you don't know why, just open a World War II history book. Anyway, I want to know if this person fantasizes about me. And oh yeah, they were gently checking on their reading, and that was almost like 8 or 9 hours later, so totally get it. I just thought that was funny, and part of the reason why I assumed that this is maybe not AI. So yeah, does this person fantasize about me? All right, let's do the Pulp Tarot deck again. This deck could have some pretty saucy cards in it. Let's see if this person fantasizes about you. Take that away. All right. Does this person fantasize about me? I'm gonna let you down. Sorry, hey, sometimes music helps clear the mind. Ooh. Well, I will say the swords cards are a mental card, and we're talking about fantasies. So that's something. And this is very much an active knight gripping a phallic object. Okay, that's me trying to have some fun there. My first vibe from this card is certainly not one of sexuality, but you know what it is one of? Fantasy. Literally. Swords and sorcery, kind of a medieval sort of fantasy. And it looks like action's happening. Maybe, I'm not gonna, I don't feel anything when I'm seeing that shield. I don't see that as a blockage. I do see clear skies above, a forward momentum horse, and somebody, again, taking a big swing, like you, asking this question. But, for me, just off the top of my head with this reading, I don't know if they fantasize about you, but I think you could certainly get there if you maybe put that in their head. Let's see what the traditional meaning for this card is. Battle an opponent. Oh, is this something that you maybe have been wanting to happen for a while? Do you feel like you're playing chess with this person? This person is I'm guessing my person. Does that maybe mean the person you're with for a while now? Like, you're married or been with for a long time. I don't know if this is maybe new. But I think what this maybe means is they would, if they knew you wanted them to, is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. So, I'll leave it at that. I think you could definitely get there if you wanted, is the impression I'm getting from this. All right. I think maybe just, this might be the last one, actually. Maybe one more. What am I doing wrong in life, including career? I'll do a simple 2-card reading for this one. Basically, first card of a vibe of what you're doing wrong in life, just a general where's life going wrong, and then where is life going wrong in the career, I guess. I can do that more specifically, just your general vibe of your life, where you could improve, and the general vibe of career where you can improve, just to put a more positive spin on it, because nobody needs to hear where they're failing without also understanding how they could get better. So yeah, let's see the ways that you could improve your life and the ways that you could improve your career from here on out. What steps could you take, just kind of generally, to improve your life and improve your career? All right. Wands cards. I tend to think of the wand cards as more spiritual, which actually totally makes sense for somebody wanting a sort of life reading. In the traditional sense, instinct, travel, and communication are what they represent for the most part. But like I said, I think of them more as a spiritual thing. And since you're asking about your life and career in general, which is a very spiritual thing, and we're asking how you can improve those things, yeah, I believe this is these cards probably will line up. And they are actually pretty close too in the deck. Just there's one card that would be split in between them. Sorry, I should be facing the microphone. The first card for just your life in general, what you could be doing to improve it. This card is very kind of like, it seems like maybe you're fighting, and the question is, should you be fighting or should you be retreating? It depends on what card I draw. The fact that these are both wands, upward momentum wands too, it makes me feel like you could get out of this fight. You could succeed in whatever battle you're having right now. But I would say if you have somebody in your life, if you have a woman or a man in your life, be sure that they're with you on whatever. Be sure to have them by your side. And that could even be any companion, if you're not in a relationship, just don't go at it alone. Even if they're, I don't know, she could pick up a stick too, it looks like, but, be sure you got someone having your back on that. And then, and maybe that is just the big key there is, what you're doing wrong in life is relying too much on yourself and not enough on others. Like, look at that. He is fighting all of them by himself when he has somebody else there. Rely on the people around you is maybe actually the true message of that card. And let me see what the traditional message of that card is: advocacy and standing strong. So the traditional meaning is more that this person, the man in that picture, is advocating. He's standing up for the woman there. But I'm going to go with my interpretation, just making sure that you're inviting other people to help you in life. And then in love, specifically, we got this woman here who's hiding from a burning village, I think. Let me, and the thing is, that's a horrible hiding spot for one. Just terrible hiding spot on her part. And that kind of doesn't bode well to me. I think that this is somebody who is very obviously hiding parts of themselves, and they think that maybe the people can't see it, but they can. They can see what you're trying to hide, and it's probably a lot more obvious than you think, unfortunately. And that doesn't mean that things can't get better, but just it doesn't mean hide better. Maybe it means don't hide at all. She would probably have been in a better place if she just kept moving instead of trying to hide. And just moving forward definitely does mean typically not hiding and being honest with people and being honest with yourself. And she's leaving everything behind her burnt to the ground. And is that something you want to do? Leave everything burnt to the ground behind you just to hide behind a bunch of sticks and get caught anyway? If we're looking at how you could improve things now, again, just don't hide your problems, don't hide who you are, just be honest with everybody. Be honest and open, and coupled with that first card, be honest with the people close to you and let them help you. And I think that'll do for that question. Thank you. And I actually think that might have been my last one. Yeah, that's it. Right about at the hour mark, too. An hour 5. Yeah. All right, I think this was a successful episode of the Tara Reid Show. Yeah, if you guys have questions, if you want to submit a question in the future, please feel free to email me at tarareidpod@gmail.com. You can, it's again pod because I thought this was going to be a podcast originally, but podcast doesn't work so well. It's very image based. So have to do a web show kind of thing. But anyway, shoot me a message however you want to find me. I'm also on Blue Sky. I think I did call it Tara Reid Show on there. We'll be doing this live on Saturdays is the goal. And I hope you guys want to find me. And I hope I get more questions. And again, I'd like kind of silly questions, questions you wouldn't ask normally, questions about specific dates in the future, specific events in the future that you're going to go to, family gatherings, how that's going to go, meeting somebody for the first time, things that are kind of testable, because I like the idea of kind of testing the clairvoyant properties of tarot. I think I believe more in an empath kind of connection that tarot has with people in the universe, more than I believe it can actually tell the future. But that's exactly why I think it'd be fun to test it, and it would be especially fun to find out it's true. That's it for me. I've been Dylan Nelson. You saw producer Leela at the beginning of the show, and maybe engineer Fry will make an appearance at some point. Those are my cats. I know those are the names of characters from Futurama. I don't want you guys to think I'm insane and think I have cartoon characters living here. But this has been a good time, and I'll be back next week. Thanks for watching.